I turn my camera on.
Welcome to JVC 101. In this video, you will learn the basic settings that you need to use in order to shoot with the JVC camera. First, let's look at the contents of the case. Inside, you should have a JVC manual and CD, composite cables, component cables, a battery charger, an AC wall adapter, a remote control, a USB cable, 2 batteries, and of course the JVC itself. Insert a battery into the rear of the camera, and then turn the camera on by switching to the standby on position. The first thing you should always do when using your JVC camera is reset the camera to the default settings. Press the menu button by the LCD screen. Select Camera Settings, Reset All Menu, and then select Execute. This will return all of the camera's settings to their factory defaults. Next, use the switch on the lens hood to open up the shutter on the front of the camera. The first setting to check is your white balance. Make sure your white balance switch is in either the B or A position. To white balance, hold up a blank, evenly lit piece of white paper and make sure that it fills the camera's entire field of vision. Then, press and hold the Auto White Balance button. You will begin to see the camera automatically correcting the color of your image. Don't forget to white balance for every new lighting setup that you use. Now let's look at how to set your focus. First, press the Autofocus Manual Focus button. You will see the indicator on the LCD screen switch from autofocus to manual focus. You will now want to press the full auto button until you see your menu screen switch from auto to manual. Next, switch your focus zoom switch to focus mode. This will allow you to use the ring that we see being used here at the front of the camera to focus your image. The same ring can be used to zoom by switching back to the zoom position. However, the ring cannot be used to focus and zoom at the same time. There is an additional zoom control if you need to be able to focus and zoom at the same time. Now let's look at how to set your exposure. First, make sure your ND filter switch is in the off position. On the rear of the camera, you have controls for iris and shutter. Press the iris button and then use the toggle switch to shift your f-stop up or down. The shutter control works exactly the same. Press the shutter button and then use the toggle switch to adjust your shutter speed up or down. We now want to make sure that you're recording in the proper file format. Press the menu button by your LCD screen and then select File Format. Make sure you choose the MOV setting. Do not use MP4 if you will be editing in Final Cut Pro. Next, go to System Select. In this menu you will see a variety of options, but we recommend that you use 1080-24. This camera uses 2 SD card slots. When using this JVC, it is very important to remember that you use only Class 6 SDHC cards. Now let's take a look at the camera's audio controls. This camera records 2 channels of audio. Make sure that if you're recording anything through the second XLR input, such as a boom mic, that your channel 2 switch is set to input 2. Also, make sure that both of your mic inputs are set to mic plus 48V. Set both channels to manual, and then use the rings on the side to manually adjust your levels up and down. Your audio meters on the LCD screen should be going approximately 2/3 to 3/4 of the way up.
If we're going to be playing games, and I'm gonna go get a coffee.
Oh, good cop, bad cop routine, huh?
Not exactly.
Oh, never start with the head. Victim gets fuzzy. See?
You wanted me. Here I am.
I wanted to see what you'd do, and you didn't disappoint. You let 5 people die.
You can plug in a pair of headphones on the side to monitor your audio as you record it. If you need to use external power, plug the wall adapter into the DC port on the rear of the camera. The camera also has a USB port. You can use this to transfer footage from your SD cards to your computer's hard drive. The JVC allows you to store camera settings onto your SD card. This allows you to load these settings onto the camera at a later date. To do this, press the menu button by the LCD screen. Go to Camera Settings, and then choose Store File. Under Store File, you can choose a file select name. Once you have done this, select Update, and the camera will save a copy of all of your current settings to the SD card. To load a stored setting, go to Camera Settings, Load File, then choose the file select name of the settings you want to load, and select Execute. This will load your previously saved camera settings.
Take another picture with your click, 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 click camera.
To switch to still camera mode, press and hold the mode switch until you see the red light indicator change. You will also see your LCD screen change from video mode to snapshot mode. In snapshot mode, press the menu button. There are 2 settings you will want to check in snapshot mode. First, choose image quality. You will have 2 options, Fine and Standard. We recommend you use Fine. Next, check your image size. Again, you will have a variety of options. We recommend that you use 1920 by 1080. Once you have all your settings properly changed, use the snapshot button to take your pictures.
Take another picture with your click, 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 click camera.